Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the... Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, we've hit that bittersweet week of the NFL season, haven't we? The last week of the regular season, week 17. Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game?
Well, he's got to make a strong impression here in the final week. It's an interesting race. My MVP ballot is at the top of my email right now, and I'm not voting until we've seen all the games here today.
I like that. I respect a man that waits until the season is over, doesn't turn it in early. I think if he has a big game here and gets a little bit of help, maybe other guys don't play as well, he's got a great shot.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 74 yards. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That's good.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
37-yard line.
From the gun, Richardson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
That's good for a Denver.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep doing it. We're doing pretty well.
23 yards on the play. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Shaquille Barrett. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
It's Week 17, Brandon, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's not going to win the MVP award. But that doesn't mean to me that he shouldn't get strong consideration. I think he's been terrific this year.
He has, and I think the highest praise came from the coaching staff telling us that he's been more vital to our team than any other quarterback in the league. If your coaches are saying that, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I actually heard from an opposing coach earlier this week where he said, look, he's not going to win it, but he should. He's been the best player we played against this season.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To the air again, Love. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Love from the gun. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Complete to
David Njoku with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. To throw is Richardson. Throwing on 1st down. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Richardson back to the air on 2nd down. And throw here, that's complete.
Complete to Robert
They get
Woods.
6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. second and 10.
Now a second down throw for Love here. He completes this to Sutton.
Love's pass.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
And a Packer first down.
They run the option here on first and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
On second down, Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's third down. And 8 yards.
On third down, Love. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 10.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. First down going to the air with Love. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Jamal Williams.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Love from the gun on third down. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Richardson. This is the tight end fan. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up third and 1.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yep.
It's fourth down.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Love now to pass on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Third down.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Duke Johnson, the ball carrier.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. Richardson got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Richardson. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And right away, he'll look to throw. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To Jay Sternberger. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Jordan Love sacked.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Johnson, the ball
So
carrier.
they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Running from the gun, Johnson.
At the 37-yard line. Oh, he's ridiculous. Duke Johnson.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yeah, he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with third. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Kevin King there defensively.
To throw again. Richardson. Screen play. Johnson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Open man Hamler, that's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. This is Fant on the short completion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The Broncos in their hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Kevin King there defensively.
Here's Richardson throwing again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds. Will tick by in this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Broncos 6.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Complete to Cortland Sutton. A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Complete.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Justin Simmons on
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by Alexander Johnson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Love now on 2nd down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Packers.
Love going to keep it on the option. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jamal Williams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
At their own
the Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. That'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Richardson. He'll go underneath with it, finding Freeman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Johnson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Richardson. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Fighting through.
Jordan Love sacked.
When that ball popped free, we can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And the Packer first down.
First down, Love to pass. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 10-yard line.
On the option level, hang on to it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordan Love keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now Richardson to throw on second down. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third and short.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. That's going to be caught by Judy. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Richardson. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Richardson
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Richardson now on first and 10. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Johnson. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
To throw is Richardson, operating from the gun. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 3 yards to gain there, second down.
To Kyle Rudolph. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7. At the Packers' 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Richardson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Third down.
Richardson from the gun on third down. Out quickly to Judy. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Richardson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Richardson looking to throw on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Complete.
Good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is going to be 3rd and 13. This is Johnson. He's got it. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, Richardson. His pass caught at the 4.
Richardson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And goal to go.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. From the gun, Richardson. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
At the 20-yard line.
They try again with Cohen. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
The Packers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Love from the gun. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Williams, the ball carrier.
Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
This is Cohen. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
And a Packer 1st down.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Pack.